So today I want to talk about what a personal brand is and why you need one. So a personal brand is pretty simple. It's just you and your story. So a personal brand isn't just for entrepreneurs or coaches. Everyone has a personal brand. It's just a matter of if they are in control of it. So think about it like this. If you are on social media or you have any kind of online presence at all, every time you post, you are cultivating your personal brand. So you want to make sure that it's clear who you are, what you do, and how you can help somebody. And the reason for that is because when you have a strong personal brand, then other opportunities they're just free flowing, like because you're open to these opportunities to come in on like a frequency level, if you will, and you're also like other people are able to come to your profile and see, who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. And you just never know, like they might be looking for, if you're like in PR or something, again, you don't have to be an entrepreneur, but like whether you're an entrepreneur in PR or you work for a company in PR, like let's say someone's looking for that and they just happen across your page or they were referred to you by somebody, and you can kind of see what you do and who you've helped, and maybe like you have a highlight of your work, and they'll just DM you. Like I can't tell you how much business goes down just from DMs, and a lot of times that's kind of like the new sales call, especially if you're using like the voice messaging or the video messaging back and forth within the DM, which we can get to that at a later date. But anyways, like it's so important to make sure you have such a clear vision of like who you are, and then also learn how to show that strongly through your profile. So the next thing is that your personal brand is personal. So you have to be you. Sounds cheesy, and it is, but it's true. Like you have to be completely you and own it too. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, even though they've done it before, or the method that they've used or something, it's not going to work, because people are drawn to that human connection and that authentic human connection, I should say. So you want to make sure that you are authentically yourself and showing up as you and not trying to mimic someone else. And so, these branding tips can apply to everybody, really, like the ones I'm about to go through, but these ones are specifically geared towards my own target audience. So, the woman who knows that she's meant for more, but she might just not know like how to pinpoint her passion, and then be able to use that for to serve other people. So it's this like disconnect, like if you know that you're there, that you're here, and like you want to help other people, but like with your passion and with your gifts, like your God-given gifts, but you're not exactly sure how to figure those things out. Well, that is exactly what I'm here for and to help you with. So, the first thing that you want to start with is, actually I did an Instagram post on this. I'll bring it up. On February 5th, I believe it is. And so it goes through like 5 different questions that you can ask, to find your calling, if you will. And so that is something that was really helpful for me a little bit ago, when I was kind of going through the same process. And it's really just comes down to like what comes naturally to you. So the biggest thing that we overlook is that, what comes easily to us doesn't always come easily to other people. So when you're thinking about like, what do people come to you for? Do people come to you advice about a certain topic? Like, are you their go-to person for X, Y, and Z? Like, start paying attention to those things. And it's going to take a little bit of time for you to like, or, maybe it won't, but it'll probably take you a little bit of time to go through and really marinate on that. But really think about the conversations that you have. Be intentional too, but think about the conversations that you have with other people, like your friends and your family, and see like what are the things that people are coming to you for. So for me, I didn't really know it at the time, but it was just this whole thing of branding, like even just a simple thing of what photo should I post on my Instagram, and like how should I edit it, and like what should I say, and how should I do this. And as I'm starting to pay attention to this, it all kind of fell into place. I was like, this is exactly like, this is branding. Like, I'm teaching you how to show up authentically as yourself, and to even, like, if you want to go further in the business aspect, like how to cultivate that audience. So again, the 5 questions were: what do you enjoy doing? What do you lose yourself in? So what are you in the zone? What makes you compassionately angry and compelled to act? So a little further in depth with that. Basically, I'll give you an example. For me, is like, I feel so strongly about women who don't see their potential. And so that's another big thing, is like, I want to help other women see their potential. And I have, a gift, if you will, to be able to see that bigger picture and be able to connect the dots for different clients that I've had in the past, or really friends too, just to be able to see, like, hey, like, this is like your zone of genius, and like, let's go through and see like how you can build this out. So yeah, for me, it's like, it makes me compassionately angry when women don't see their potential, or they're down on themselves, or they have this limiting belief that they don't know what to do, or all these like negative things, like, I don't, I can't, I won't, all of these things. So for me, like, my why really is to help women push past their limiting beliefs and see their own potential. And so kind of take that as an example and see what that is for you. And then 4th one is: what is something you value that others overlook? And then what conversations do you tend to gravitate towards? So again, another example for me, I would just start gravitating towards like branding conversations with people, or self-development. So with friends, a lot of times, like, I was the resource. I would send them podcasts or books, or you name it, like anything to say like, hey, look at this, or any kind of optimization thing, really. So I'd constantly be sending them those things. And then the flip side, when I would find myself in any kind of like business conversations, like, as soon as they said anything about like branding or really anything to do with that, my mind would just turn so fast, and I would just be giving them all of these tips, like giving them like a brand audit, whether they wanted it or not. And the same thing when I like walk into like a coffee shop, or that's why I choose certain places to go and spend my time in, because I appreciate their branding. I appreciate that attention to detail, where some people don't really care about that, but that's something that I feel so strongly about. And so it goes back to the thing of, what do you value that others overlook? So again, like, it just goes through, your personal brand is you and your story. So like the second thing, and the last thing I'll end on, is with your story, as you are, if you're wanting to do like entrepreneurship, there's a way to craft your story. And, you talk about, like, a lot of times, really, and here's a little helpful tip for you, a lot of times your client and who you're going to be helping is a past version of you. So think about it. When you, whatever desired spot, or whatever spot that you're in now, think about where you used to be, how you overcame that, and then that could be some, like, how you help other people. Like, it could be, if you had issues with, I don't know, if you had health issues or something, or, you were overweight and you got into like now a really healthy weight. So you can see, like, you were at this rock bottom, and then what did you do? You hired a coach, you did a program, you did whatever to get to your desired spot. And then now in your desired spot, other people are going to be looking to you to get your expertise and your help. So that's a little bit, and like, as you build your own story, you can kind of talk about, that'll be a different video to go through, and like how you craft your stories. So you're not selling to people, you're just telling your story, and they are resonating with you at each point, because they'll see themselves in you, and you used to be them. So that's a little bit of kind of like a starter to the personal branding. So I'll start doing these every week. I'll do just like a different branding tip every week, and then I'll have probably like every other day or so on Instagram feed. We'll see. Whatever works, whatever you guys enjoy. So let me know in the comments, or send me a DM, and then I will see you next week.